My name is Ari Fluelling, Staff Development Specialist, Technology Integration for the Innovation and Learner Engagement Department. And here's your next quick tip. For this week's quick tip, we're going to do some Twitter 101 and talking about sharing your story on Twitter. So one of the reasons why Twitter and social media is important for educators to model is because of social learning theory. It's a constructivist learning theory, and Dr. Richard J. Light from Harvard School of Education did a study on it, which is linked here in the presentation and in the tech tip. And what he found is that the strongest determinant of student success in college was their ability to perform and participate in small study groups. And one way your students can do this digitally is through social media. So to model that for students, we as educators want to use Twitter to create a personalized learning network. Or you may also hear it called a professional learning network. And what this is your community of educators online that you communicate with, collaborate with, curate content with, regardless of location, school site, or district. I know my personalized learning network has people in it from all across the world. And this has been possible because of Twitter. And it's not the PLC thing you do on Wednesdays where you're looking at data. This is really important for you to personalize it to your interest in education and to your interest in your job. So the way I always suggest doing it is spending about 5 to 20 minutes a week or every day, depending on your schedule flexibility, interacting and collaborating with others online. So of course you have to make sure you have a social media account for you to be able to do this digitally, and then make sure your account represents who you are as an educator, connect and converse with other relevant people, and then make sure you show your work and your share. Because just like the old song from the 90s, you get what you give. So the more you provide to the Twitter community, the more you'll get from it. So of course you'll want to go to twitter.com and sign up for an account. In the presentation and the quick tip, if you click the blue link, you'll get to learn more about how to set up a Twitter account. So once you have your account created, make sure it represents who you are. Include a picture, include relevant information about your job, your school site, things that you like. By doing that, it's going to let people know that you're not a robot, and they'll be more inclined to collaborate with you digitally. You'll want to make sure that you connect with others, so one of the best ways to do that is to follow people. So these are all the accounts for the Staff Development Specialists for Technology Integration in our department. And then after you follow us, steal our friends on Twitter. So if I go to a Twitter account, if you click on who we're following, then you'll know, okay, this person might be useful for me to follow too. Also, that bio we talked about earlier comes into play, because now you can see all the different bios about the people that I follow, so then that way you can see if they're useful for you to follow too. So this is a sample tweet, just going to show you a couple different things in it. So anytime you see a hashtag or the #, but it's referred to as the hashtag on Twitter, and some text, that is actually a clickable link. So if I go back to my Twitter account, this one right here where it says ISTE 2018, when I click on that, it's going to take me to all the other tweets about ISTE 2018. Hashtags are a great way for you to find other people to follow. Also, you can include links in tweets and pictures. I used a bit.ly in this case, but Twitter will also shorten links for you on its own. Down at the bottom where you see the speech bubble, those are where people replied to tweets. The arrows in a circle are retweets, and then the hearts are likes. So just some Twitter vocabulary. So this over here is a retweet. It's a carbon copy of a tweet. I took someone else's tweet and tweeted it from my account, but don't worry, it cites the original source. This over here is a quote. That means here's the original tweet and here's my commentary, just like what we would teach our students to do in an essay. So when it comes to using Twitter, I highly suggest having one account for personal things like following Starbucks and Disneyland, and one account for following educational things. I also suggest if you follow someone and then you don't like the content they're creating, unfollow them. Don't worry, they won't know. Also, make sure you pay attention to hashtags and remember all tweets are public. You can write up to 280 characters in a tweet. Also, if you see RT, that means it's a retweet. If you see SS, that's an abbreviation for students, and TES is an abbreviation for teachers. If you ever see the @ symbol and then a word after it, that means that tweet is being directed at a specific person. But don't worry, feel free to jump in on the conversation too. And just some other tips about the hashtag. The hashtag is a custom search. It's a good way that if you have your students tweet, you can have them use a hashtag, so that way you don't have to follow their accounts. You just have to know the hashtag you told them to tweet to. It's also a great idea to find any ideas to a related topic, just like the ISTE example from earlier. It's a great way to create a community of learners. And always search for the hashtag first, so that way you know what you're tweeting. So make sure when you're searching, you search for the right thing. So if I wanted to tweet about math, I could search hashtag math. And if you notice, hashtag math and hashtag math chat pop up. So I'll click on math chat. And now it's going to show me all these different tweets about math chat. And this tweet right here is actually a great one because it's tagged math chat, MTBOS, math, and maths. So these are all hashtags that relate to math. And I found it just by doing a search. And now I can click on the math hashtag and see even more tweets. So it's a great way to find people to follow that are talking about math, and a great way to see tweets about math. So what we're doing now in RUSD is we're going to do the hashtag RUSD Learns Twitter bingo. So the way this is going to work is there's the bingo board. Just like any traditional bingo, you're going to make a line that crosses all the letters of bingo. So if I want it to be super easy, I can maybe do the diagonal from here to here, which means on 5 separate days, or 5 separate tweets on 5 separate days, my first tweet, I'll do B, and I'll tweet, how did a student make me smile today? And I'll make sure to include the hashtag RUSD Learns. If I don't include the hashtag, I'm not going to be able to participate. Then on a different day, I'll tweet an educational website that I can't live without. And again, I'll make sure to use hashtag RUSD Learns. Then I'll have to make sure I tweet my free space. Otherwise, our innovation and learner engagement won't know what I'm doing. Then on another day, I'll tweet a hashtag or maybe a couple hashtags that I follow in addition to RUSD Learns. And then on my last tweet for bingo, I'll share why I love being an educator. And remember, make sure your tweets are on different days. Don't do all 5 bingo tweets on one day. Keep them separate. And if you've watched this tech tip, highly encourage you to go on Twitter and tweet this first tweet to let us know that you're ready to play bingo with RUSD Learns and ILE. And remember, the hashtag, that's a topic. The @ that's an account. Hopefully this quick tip has been helpful, and I can't wait to see you on bingo. Have a great afternoon.